Hello folks, Killface of Baylor here. Today we are playing as Murdon on Epona, and I wanted to take a look at one piece of the Necromancer raid whilst no one is here and whilst the Necromancer is not actually up. Okay, so this, first of all, here on the map is where, see, I'm in Murky Vaults, and there's where I am. This is where the Necromancer spawns. He spawns between the he spawns between the two 5-star acolytes there. And if you are a warrior or a mage, we're going to be covering your primary job there. Now, there is, of course, a main tank, and if you're at the point where you're sort of a class leader for your clan, this is not going to be any kind of an advanced guide, right? There'll be plenty of people out there who have better information than this to some extent. This is more if you're looking to attend your first or second or something Necro raid, just a safe bet for how to be helpful and not a problem at a Necromancer raid, right? As a mage or a warrior. Your primary job, I'm on my staff because it's adding camouflage. Your primary job is going to be to kill these bound spirits. Now, two things. One, you see they have a chaos aura. Oop, that failed. Oop, run away. There we go. And this is, they're only susceptible to divine damage, right? So you are going to want to definitely have your DL equipped to be at all useful. And as a mage, you're going to want your Dragon Lord offhand as well, right? Maybe even a Dragon Lord main hand, because this is one of those times where it's possible that auto-attacking will be helpful. Although that being said, there may be better things still that you could be wielding, right? But these spirits will come across this bridge during the fight, go over to where Necro is, and he can draw life from them, right? He can get his area of effect lifesteal. They can attack the DPS that are actually attacking Necro, because the issue with Necro is he has a area of effect lifesteal that stops you from fighting from just right at his feet. He'll take life from you and really anyone who stands close except for the main tank, which is avoided by having a druid throw sanctuary on that tank. But the druid's not going to be throwing sanctuary on everybody, just that one tank, right? So we can try and DPS from here, come close, but you don't want to cross the bridge over onto that flat spot, because that's where you start getting into dangerous territory. Right now I might try to target one of these guardians with firebolt or something that reaches way out there if they get too close to this side during the raid. But the primary thing that I'm going to do is try to use the DL book to use its skill to hit these spirits. And as a warrior, you're going to want to stand there with the Dragon Lord shield, same idea, right? Or a higher version of that shield, unless you're at the point where you can have the Corrupted Gardens offhand, the DPS offhand. And if you have the shield, it's actually possibly still a better weapon for this particular fight, at least for this particular part of the fight, because it does more damage in that case. The skill on the warrior DPS weapon is basically garbage. But the point is, I want to be between here and here-ish, right? I don't want to get to the crest of this hill, because those spirits are going to become antsy as the raid goes on and Necro starts to call them out. And also, if I were to switch weapons right now, as they can get close enough to actually see me. Maybe not. Okay. But either way, they'll start to see you in the actual raid, and what'll happen is instead of 2 or 3 of them getting called across, if you're up here, you'll start to call, more and more of them will start to come across after you, and that can cause a problem. So what you want to do is use your Dragon Lord book, which will hit several spirits at once to to attack them and try and keep them from crossing the bridge. And as a warrior, you're going to want to use war cry, sweeping blow, whatever, to get as many of them around you as possible, and taunt to reach out and snag the ones that are running by. Get as many of them around you as possible. You activate the shield, and each time they attack you, they take damage, and that will put them in clusters so that the mage can throw a which, by the way, the plural of the word mage is Magi, which is the also the word that was used for the wise men from the east who came to see the birth of Jesus in the Gospels in the Bible. So, yeah, Magi from the east. Basically, they were mages. So, anyway, the other thing to note here is while you can't necessarily damage these things with other options, what you can do, right, I do not have currently anything dealing divine damage on me, but if I attack one, it does come after me, see? And it hits like a train, too, good heavens. Okay, well, that's exciting. Not really. And so as they're running by, I can auto-attack them if I have a long-ranged weapon like that, or if not, I can do something like throw Bolt, because Bolt has... I actually should not have swapped. See how I'm actually doing a little bit of damage, so it's not like... it's not like there's no damage being dealt, but you'll notice that that 25 damage is not good business, right? And the same thing here, if I were to throw... So I'm getting a percentage, but it's very tiny. Oops, I'm sorry. By the way, this is how the idle timer works. If you get killed, it's going to take you 20 seconds before you can resurrect. Once you resurrect, it's 20 seconds before you can resurrect again, which means if you get insta-killed, you have 20 seconds to wait. Right, so... There we go. And now, we saw we had 38 last time. Let's try with the attunement on. So that time we would have got 60, because we get exactly double for doing a critical. Oh, I got frozen. So that freezing ray will just freeze you. And, yeah, I'm dead again. Right, and there we go. Let's try this one, because I should be, theoretically, dealing higher damage with Blast. Now, bear in mind, I don't actually have attunement up this time. So these are worth throwing, but they're very minor. And then they're mainly worth throwing to get aggro on you or something like that. Basically run them back this way in order that oops, no, in order that warriors who will also be sitting here can draw them in and try and bring them into clusters for you to hit several at a time. But as you can see, the DL offhand is going to be just a huge help in situations like that. So, and then with the auto, right, this is magic damage primarily that I'm doing, and you can see that I hit it for 1 damage. So that's because my auto is low. So they do take damage, but it's almost none. All right, and the reason I could instantly resurrect there is because I'm resurrecting from a laystone, not from an idol. Anyway, I hope that was helpful just for an idea of what to do. You run past, you'll probably get killed at the start of the raid, or run past, log out, log back in. And then you stand there, and then when those ghosts, you don't go get them from the other side of the bridge like I was doing. When the ghosts start to cross the bridge, then you do whatever you have to do to keep them from reaching Necro and being able to heal him and being able to attack the tank and wreak havoc on the DPS. So anyway, that's it. I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Thank you, and goodbye.